here's the epic visual. When we list off all these things that we have, right? The job and the kids and getting them here to soccer and doing this and making dinner and all the stuff. And we say, I'm just kind of got a lot on my plate and I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm spread thin, I think you said, right? Regardless of how spread thin we think we are, you can still walk that path in alignment. That's the key. Because again, it's not external. Mm-hmm. Because then it's like saying, well, if I have all this stuff I've got to do, well, no wonder I'm no, it's saying, because I have all this stuff to do, how much more important it is for me to practice alignment so I can get through it, right? See the difference? Huge difference, right? Because otherwise, your health takes a toll. You can maintain for a really long period. I mean, the body, as you know, is amazing at compensating and tolerating fairly well for quite some time until it can't. The analogy I give to my clients is a brand new rubber band, right? Those thick rubber bands that come on broccoli, right? Okay, you take that rubber band, and when you first get the rubber band, you're like, ooh, this thing's tight. This is strong, right? But if you do this 50 million times, it's going to be this flaccid kind of rubber band that is just going to pop. And you do that sometimes. You'll use it and you wrap around something and it goes boink. Okay? That's how the body is. It'll do this. It'll bounce back millions of times until it doesn't. So the goal is not to do this all the time, right? Which is the stress. It's once, okay, good. Twice. It's not nonstop, right? That's what I'm talking about, those micro moments. And realigning is just a fancy term for altering your thoughts to feel better or to feel relief. That's it. So when you continually do that micro moment to micro moment, if you have to, then those moments add up. And then you look back and it is only expanding that rubber band once every 5 minutes. It's going to last a long time. Your job right now to practice is to pay attention to the alarm. How did you feel? And then going, oh, okay, so the only reason why I feel this way is because of what I told myself. So if he's having a fit and you feel anxiety, you told yourself something about his fit. Might be, this is embarrassing, or I'm such a bad parent. That's what's causing anxiety, not the fit itself. When you're in that externally, right, that creates the internal gratitude, I want you to look at that as the universe sending you an example. Okay? Because that's what I call these gifts of gratitude, meaning it's a gift because you didn't intentionally set out to that, but you're just doing your life and all of a sudden you just stop and go, oh, this is so awesome, right? And you've had those moments countless times, right? So now when you feel that, you go, oh, this is the universe giving me a little gift, giving me an example of the feeling that I'm aiming for when it's not like this. You sit there and you bathe in it. You have that, you look and they're getting along and they're giggling and you just have this, God, I'm so just thankful to be alive and be a mom with 2 healthy kids. Oh, I'm just so grateful. And you go, oh, that just came out of nowhere and that feels good. I'm going to bathe in this feeling. What does this feel like in my body? I feel light. I feel like I could just kind of float up and levitate almost because I'm so happy. And I feel like I want to cry, but a good kind of cry. And like you're telling yourself all these things. You say, I'm memorizing this feeling. Thank you, universe, for giving me this little gift. Because now when I feel crappy, my job is to match this feeling the best I can with my thoughts. Because I have an example of what it feels like. I have an example. I know exactly what it feels like. And I sat there and memorized it when I was feeling it. and giving gratitude for it. I call those milking the gratitude moments. You milk it. You sit with it, you bathe in it, you memorize it. So then when you feel like crap, you can go, oh yeah, that feeling. What'd that feel like? It felt, what I say, light, like I could levitate, like I just want to, I have so much gratitude, it's going to bubble up and come out my eyeballs, right? Like, again, I'm just putting vivid words on it. But when you know what that feels like, then you know where the goal is. If you felt that way most of the time, you would have an amazing life with little to no stress and be healthy. Because that's what your body needs to be healthy. So when you are doing the same thing you've always done, and then you see an example of something that your soul is calling you towards, like, I want to be more like what she said. Your brain goes, whoa, that's a big shift. That is, if this is our pendulum keeping you exactly where you are right now, which is our job, you just went like this. And no, we don't like that. Now it becomes to the thought of pulling the pendulum out a little ways makes me feel uncomfortable. But being uncomfortable is where growth happens, is where change happens. And it doesn't last forever. And on the other side of it, I'm going to be really happy for the change. So you take a deep breath and you move through the discomfort. Because that's all that is. It's fear and discomfort. And fear of discomfort. Okay? That's what it is. When you say, oh, great, well, yeah, Michelle can do it. I wasn't this way 8 years ago. Not at all. I'm a way better parent than I was back then. Way better. Because I've done work on it. I work on it every day. Yeah. With my marriage, with my kids, with every day, I'm working on it. That's the only reason why I can make it sound super easy. Okay? But I'm not special. I'm not. You can do the exact same thing. Everybody can if they want to. Everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody has the power. Why? Because we all come from the same source. You can tap into the same source that I tap into, that everybody else taps into. You have the same source that I have. We're no different. I just put my attention on it and practice it. Right? Same way you look at somebody who is an Olympic gold medalist, you go, oh, that's just so great that they practiced for years and years and years and had a vision and a target and focused and focused and focused until they stood up on that podium and accepted that gold medal. The only difference here is that we never get the gold medal and stand on the podium because it's a process that will last you for the rest of your life. It'll just be easier the more you practice. And it will be a way of being rather than something you're working towards. It'll make a shift where you actually are living it, but still practicing it. But it's not hard because you're living it. You practice it enough where it becomes habit and changes your personality, changes how you view things, and changes your level of happiness and changes your health without anything else. Without tweaking your diet and working out and all the stuff that we think is the major movers. Mm-hmm. You fix this part and practice this part and all the stuff just falls in line. Nope, it doesn't. This is why it seems complicated to you. So let me break it down super, super simple. Your only goal is to tune in to your negative emotions. Anytime you feel a negative emotion, that's your alarm. So if you feel sad, frustrated, unhappy, depressed, low energy, anything we see as a negative emotion, angry, pissed off, whatever, you name it, fill in the blank with one of the hundreds of adjectives, okay? That's where you start. That's it. It's the only, that's the initial thing that you do. So tune into the alarm. The alarm is, I feel like crap. Boom, that's your alarm. And your awareness should go, okay, my alarm just went off because I feel mad. There's your awareness. And you might not do anything with it right away. Yeah. That's fine. The fact that you caught it, now you're on the right track. Then next time it comes up, you go, God, if he would just, alarm. I feel like crap. What I just say to myself, God, what I just say to myself, I am so tired of him always doing this. There's your thought that caused the negative feeling. Tweak it, tweak it, tweak it, tweak it till you get relief. Tweak the thought, tweak, tweak, tweak. And you might stop there, you might get a little bit of relief, and then you're off to the next thing. That's fine, you made progress. There's a misconception that what I was doing in my life is on hold because I'm dealing with this crap. But this crap is your life. And so you go, oh, instead of doing this, I'm gonna live here for a moment. That's a different energy of I'm living here. Like, it's like you're walking the same path, but you just kind of took a detour back and forth, and then you're coming back to the path, right? It's not, oh, I have to stop everything. No, life is still going. Moments are still piling up on each other, right? You're navigating moment by moment, but this moment is now shifted. Set a micro intention, move through it, and then, oh, now my life is shifting and I'm going making dinner. View it as if you are this energetic soul that's just peeking through your eyeballs, going, wow, this human thing is really cool. Okay, that's what I do. Actually, that's one of my tools, my little kind of private tool, right, that I use. Because when things don't go the way I want them to, I immediately go to, my soul is peering through the eyes of what it's like to be human. And what it's like to be human is crap happens. And watch, let me show you. This is what we're going to deal with right now. You want to come along? Like this, I talk to myself. And that is such a blessing. Because it's not like, oh, now I got to do this and all this always happens to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you're spiraling down. And another analogy I always give, because everybody uses it and it works though in this case, is the very first time you learn to drive. You're like, okay, seatbelt, okay, mirrors, okay, and you don't know when to push the gas and the brake, and then somebody's coming, and like, right? It was like kind of nerve-wracking. But now you can drive yourself to work drinking a latte, texting at stoplights, and you get to work and you go, how did I even get here? Because it's a habit. Get to the place where I am and beyond, because you will have practiced. But it's like, okay, I got to, get in the car and I got to practice driving and take the risk of getting in a wreck. Same thing. You practice and take the risk of getting in a wreck. You learn and you keep going and you keep going. And eventually you're going to be driving like you've been driving for 50 years.